Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the
Oh my, do we have some things to talk about today? All right, where the hell is Joe Biden? Where the hell is Joe Biden? Last time we saw him, he was getting off this plane. Then they cleared his schedule. He resigned from the race. Notice, by the way, Mr. COVID-ridden sundowner one, not even wearing a mask on that, getting off that plane. I thought he had COVID. Where is Joe Biden? That's the question of the day. We're going to get through some other stuff, obviously, but that is definitely the question of the day. And wow, I'm. It's getting weird, people. It is getting weird. I'm just saying. So anyway, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I am your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Night on the internet. Welcome back to the P-Dog Night channel on this Tuesday, the 23rd of July, 2024. I personally getting ready for my lovely Lady Boomer's birthday celebration. We're gonna go see Santana and the Counting Crows at Red Rocks. We're gonna visit our son. We're gonna see a nice concert, and then we're gonna just chill. Next week, there probably won't be any shows. By the way, I forgot to mention that. I might as well get that on the calendar right now. Next week unless I do on Wednesday. Yeah, we're gonna be off for a few days. So please enjoy your hiatus. I shall enjoy mine. And we should have a good time, Lady Boomer and I. One of these rare times we'll get away, and that's actually a sort of an actual vacation. I mean, we go somewhere all the time. We do stuff every weekend. We drive 2 hours here and an hour there and 50 minutes there and then 2.5 hours that way just to go see different things around where we live. And that's it. Honestly, if you don't have money to travel, there's a whole lot to see somewhere near where you are that you haven't seen before. So we do it all the time. So anyway, welcome to the show. Now I noticed, why is this Johnny Boomer Tech doing this still? I gotta figure that out. So if one of these let me see this. I don't think one of these tip things do not work, and it won't let me turn it off. It's very frustrating. So yeah. So if you see the old one, it doesn't work. It's only the one with the 3 in it works. I'll pin that one when it pops up. If you are inclined to sponsor the show, that would be great. In fact, here, I'll pin the right one at the top of the thingy here. That'll make it easier. There we go. Pin the message. Bam! There you go. Anyway, so let's get this started because I'm late because of work. And so let's just go through the things we got to get through. As we do on the normal, we say hello to everybody first, right? That's the most important thing. First in the chat today is Somnambule Nation! Way to go. Got here bright and early. Also, good morning to our favorite Canadian, Jaeger Pony, Mike Savage, Blarg, Kara Soldiers in the house, Lord Stanhope, let's see, Aaron Meredith, what's up? The same people. Johnny Boomer Tech, of course, because, he's right over there. Amazing Disgrace is in the house. Also, Rick Ashbringer's here. What's up? Nice to see you back. And Attack Alpaca, Patio Furniture, and that looks like just about everybody, except there's probably more down here as I scroll. No, that's it. That's really, truly is it. And I really got to fix that, but we'll fix it eventually. So anyway, I am so happy that you're here. I am so happy that I'm here. Let's do a show. So, real quick, thank you to the people who have shared this stream. What is doing that? Why am I What's this? What the hell is that? I don't need that. I want my notifications. Why is this like this? Oh, okay. Thank you to the people who share the show. Scribe Light, Dog Thrapple, and let's see. Oh, well, wait a minute. Okay, this is weird. Oh, I'm just getting notifications from people who are replying to things. Yeah, so here's something funny. I'm going to show this to you real quick because it's kind of dumb. So the old Biden whatever HQ website that is the the Twitter site that used to be the Biden campaign HQ, used to be Biden HQ, and they just, they're kind of like Trump has the Trump team one. They have their little thing where they're constantly throwing out memes and, shitting on the other candidate. And so this Brian Tyler Cohen, who's one of the biggest liars, just flat out lying propagandists on the internet, says the Kamala HQ account now has surged past 800,000 followers, fast approaching 1 million. As if it were a new account. But it is not a new account. It is an old account. They just changed the Biden HQ to Kamala HQ. And he's trying to make it sound like it was a brand new account. And when I replied, I said, oh, yeah, how did they write 7,000 posts so fast? Because I knew the reason that they just changed the account. And so some people are confused that they think I didn't already know that. So they answer me like they changed the user ID from Biden to Kamala last Sunday. Yes, I'm fully aware of that. Now, I don't know if it was last Sunday, but yeah, I knew that. So let me reply to this person too. And I don't want to be snarky. I'm just going to say, you don't say. There, that's what it's going to be. So there we go. And I guess it's a little snarky, but there you go. Anyway, that was not all that important. Now, I don't have a day or a celebrity birthday today. I'm just going to get through some stuff. Right now, the name Sonia Massey is trending. Now, if you've seen this, I'm not going to show the video, but this is a woman who, got shot by a police officer. Apparently, I don't know why they were in this person's house. There were two women in the house. One went over to the stove and got a hot water. And she wasn't necessarily threatening to throw it. And I think it was very stupid what the cops did here. So the cops ended up shooting her. And, even people, and I hope that people who see this don't, look, we would have never heard about this had Biden not changed over the campaign. Now we have Kamala Harris. We may not have never heard about it. But anyway, this guy says, I've watched this a dozen times. All I can say is this cop was a stupid motherfucker. He shot Sonia Massey for not dropping a pot of boiling water. She was 15 away from him. I'm 100% back the blue, but there is absolutely no reason for this. This lady is dead, and this effing asshole just gave the left their next George Floyd. No, they didn't, and in my opinion, because I think most people who see this see that this cop is a stupid motherfucker, and I think we can all agree that that was a bad shooting. Yeah, who throws boiling water? You throw hot grease. Well, I know that people may and let's say she was going to throw a pot of boiling water at him. Should she be dead? No, she should not. That's what tasers are for. That's what all kinds of other things are for. But she wasn't. If you watch that video, and it's on the internet, I'm not gonna. Like I said, I'm not gonna play it here just because it's an ending of a life, and that's not cool to show, and it's not especially on YouTube. But cop fucked up, and she should not be dead. And I don't think there's gonna be much. I don't think there's going to be much. I mean, look, I think everybody agrees with that. Maybe there's a few people out there going, oh, well, she was threatening to throw the hot water on him. Nah, I don't think so. But it gives these people it gives people just something to put in the quiver that really we should all be able to agree on. That's not cool. So anyway, that's why she's trending. Let's move on. Also, poll is trending. Pole. And whenever poll is trending, of course we're gonna turn that off. No, not that kind of poll. Stop it. Good God, Johnny, shame on you. Poll is trending because on Truth Social, Donald Trump made a post where he misspelled a word. Now, I think I do have a theory for this, man. I do have a theory for this. Oh, don't scroll X for poll. No, we're not going to scroll X because, look, it's not the only kind of poll will show up. But it's this tweet right here. Lying Kamala Harris, the Biden-appointed border czar, who never visited the border and whose incompetence gave us the worst and most dangerous border anywhere in the world, is absolutely a terrible poll, P-O-L-E numbers against a fine and brilliant young man named Donald J. Trump. Be careful what you wish for, Democrats Mega 2024, with poll spelled incorrectly. Now, some people say, oh yeah, he spelled it wrong on purpose. Because look, Donald Trump knows how to spell an opinion poll, P-O-L-L, because he talks about polls all the time. And I'm not talking about that kind of poll, Johnny. I'm not talking about that kind of poll. Here's what I think really happens. And I know it happens to me quite often when I use a certain feature on my telephone known as voice recognition. And when I don't proofread something and then I click go. Okay? Because sometimes poll. Sometimes, not a stripper pole. No, not a stripper pole either. Hello, unacceptable views. Not a stripper pole. Hello, suck the boy too.
Yeah, boy.
No, not a stripper pole. Look, I just think Donald Trump doesn't type these. Well, maybe he does because he puts capital letters. I don't know. He didn't proofread it. That's what happened. And guess what? What are we talking about on X, the app formerly known as Twitter? And what's trending on X, formerly known as Twitter? We're talking about Donald Trump because he misspelled the word. And then what else did we do? I probably would not have seen this message if that word were not misspelled. Now, this person says, I see what you did there, sir. Poll numbers. Now, that may be, that also may be a Freudian slip, too. Who knows? But some people are saying, oh, if you think the misspelling of poll was accidental here, you still don't know Donald Trump, and he's laughing his ass off. So, yeah, I think he was making one of those jokes. This was, another producer here says, wrong. Kamala has great poll numbers. Uh-oh. So anyway, but I would not have seen that message had not Donald Trump misspelled poll. And therefore, I am seeing the entire message, which resonates with me, even if he spelled poll incorrectly. So there you go. So, moving on. Also trending, let's win this. The Kamala Harris camp is excited and getting fired up for her run for president of the United States. It's interesting. This may be the first candidate for president who has never, ever won a single delegate in a presidential primary, at least in modern times that I know of, because she's never won a single delegate. Now, a lot of the delegates are pledging themselves to her as this little process goes. But it is interesting. So they got this let's win this. These people are excited. Here's the only way to save America from this nightmare in the last 4 years is to reelect Donald Trump. Oh, Kamala Harris shares all the blame for Joe Biden's failed policies. Well, there you go. And here's the Kamala Harris let's win this bot farm. Now, but now they're treating her as Lady Liberty. Ohio, the state could very well decide the fate of the House and Senate is putting all its chips on Harris. It's like they're saying we need a candidate who can fight for our working families and our rights like a superhero in a cape. Oh, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Justice is on the ballot. Oh, and they got a hagiography of Kamala Harris. So anyway, so that's trending. Also, in the same thing, vote Kamala Harris in 2024. You think things are bad now? Just wait till I take over. Oh boy. So some of these people are just, you get a hashtag for Kamala Harris. You get a lot of other people just taking a dump on it. That's interesting. DEI didn't earn. Now, it's interesting. And I hate when people start talking DEI when it comes to, because it's always usually just black people. But, someone call it Kamala Harris. Kamala. I'm trying to say her name right because I don't want to be a racist, by the way. Kamala Harris. Cheeto resigned? Oh, well, that's 9 days too late. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's look it up. Let's here, we'll just open another X thing here, and here we go. Secret Service. Well, let's spell it out. Cheeto. So this is the breaking news as we speak. By the way, we were gonna talk a little bit about her about her hearings yesterday. They were brutal. Even AOC ripped into her. It was amazing. Secret Service Director Kim Cheeto, good friend of Joe Biden, and the new face of America's competency crisis, didn't post snipers on the roof where Trump was shot at because it was a sloped roof and was afraid someone might fall. You can't make this stuff. Okay. Let's see. This is 23 hours ago. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheeto confirmed in the hearing today that Democratic Representative Sheila Jackson was heavily involved in the oversight of the Secret Service. Well, wow. She was confirmed dead 6 days after the attempted assassination of President Donald Trump. And just another coincidence, right? Oh, damn. Conspiracy theories are flying. Readers added context. They thought people might know. Now, Sheila Jackson Lee, by the way, she's been battling cancer for a while. She had pancreatic cancer. And again, I don't have it. Look, as much as I can't stand or could not stand Sheila Jackson Lee's politics, I will say this. Sheila Jackson Lee represented the people she represented as best as she could do. And she did it for a long time, and she was a prosecutor. She was running for mayor, I think, of Houston, too. Look, she's a person with loved ones and a constituency that liked her. And I can't say, I'm not going to say anything bad about her in her death. She's gone. She ain't going to hurt me now. Jimmy Dasso tips in the house, by the way. So anyway, the readers added context. They thought people want to know. Sheila Jackson Lee died after a battle with pancreatic cancer that she announced in June. There's currently no evidence supporting connection between Secret Service failures and the Trump assassination attempt and her death. There's no evidence her death was unnatural. So that's kind of a silly conspiracy theory, actually. But Cheeto, here, let me try this. Cheeto resigns. Oops. Let's try this. We're doing this live, people. We're doing live. Just to be clear, this change is now that Cheeto needs to be investigated, charged, and convicted. So here we go. Here it is. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheeto resigns over Trump shooting outrage. Yeah, she got, again, the Democrats ripped her too. This was a epic failure. And I don't even, in some ways though, I wonder if it was an epic failure or what was the failure from their end of the bargain. Okay. Again, I hearken back to the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping plot. 20-year-old nobody out maneuvers the United States Secret Service, police people, whatever, and finds the only spot that could possibly be open to doing such an attempt on a former president's life. Guy who can't shoot, but almost pinpoint accurately puts one right at Trump's head, but Trump turns the last seconds. Here's another thing about this that really has. I thought about this morning, and I haven't heard anyone else say this, but here's another thought. So, when this happened, I remember the first reports that I was hearing, right? First reports I was hearing. The FBI or whoever was investigating it, it was within an hour. They knew the guy's name, okay? And people were already tweeting or posting whatever his political affiliation. Oh, he's a registered Republican. Remember, registered Republican was trending #1 after that shooting. And then I thought, wait a minute. First of all, they had his identity very quickly. And so when I was reading some of the stories, they said, oh, yeah, they confirmed his identity through DNA evidence. What? DNA evidence? Well, that's interesting because how did they have DNA evidence for Thomas, whatever his name was? What was his name? The Crooks or whatever? How did they have DNA evidence for this kid? Kid's never been arrested before. He's never been in any kind of trouble. Why did they identify him through DNA evidence? And that quickly. How would they have any DNA profile for a kid who's 20 years old and never been in any kind of trouble? That's curious. You mean they didn't identify him from an ID in his pocket, or carrying a wallet, carrying some stuff? They found his car, found his name in the car. No, they said specifically DNA evidence. And then all of a sudden, poof, he's a Republican. He's a registered Republican is like seconds later. It sounds like some media manipulation there to me. How about you? Do you think that? That's very interesting. They searched his room for used tissues. Yes. Yeah. And then how did they find his room then? Because how do you identify someone if you don't know who he is and you're using DNA evidence to identify him? But you got to find out where he lives, but you don't know where he lives because DNA evidence doesn't have a picture and an address on it. I just don't know. It's crazy. So anyway, Kim Cheeto, U.S. Secret Service Director Kim Cheeto resigned Tuesday following widespread outrage over her agency failed to prevent the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump at a Pennsylvania campaign rally earlier this month. Cheeto's resignation, as first reported by NBC News, citing sources. Oh, they've got sources. Came a day after she was blasted by members of the House Committee at a hearing on the Secret Service's actions leading up to Trump's July 13th rally in Butler Township. At that hearing, Cheeto refused to resign, saying she was the best qualified person to head the Secret Service, which was responsible for protecting the president, the vice president, and their family members, and leading presidential candidates and former presidents. Who wrote this shit? Every former president of the United States who is living today has a Secret Service detail. That is for life. And leading the president, vice president, their family members, and leading presidential candidates. Interesting the way they put that. But on Tuesday, Cheeto in a letter wrote to Secret Service staff, quote, "In light of recent events, it is with heavy heart that I have made the difficult decision to step down as your director. The Secret Service's solemn mission is to protect our nation's leaders and financial infrastructure. On July 13th, we fell short in that message." Oh, you think? That is this close. The scrutiny over the last week has been intense and will continue to remain as our operational tempo increases. As your director, I take full responsibility for the security labs. Do you now? Do you now? Because it seems like you're the the guy up top there, Alejandro Mayorkas, may have been involved because a lot of his people were in the place of the Secret Service agents. Huh? How'd that happen? Huh? The chairman of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee, which grilled Cheadle on Monday in a statement on her resignation, said it would not stop the panel's demand for more accountability from the Secret Service. The Secret Service is... Wait, I can't speak in Kentuckian. The Secret Service has a no-fail mission. It failed historically on Director Cheadle's watch, said Representative James Comer, Republican Kentucky, the committee's chairman. At yesterday's Oversight Committee hearing, Director Cheadle instilled no confidence that she has the ability to ensure the Secret Service can meet its protective mission, Comer said. While Director Cheadle's resignation is a step toward accountability, we need a full review of how these security failures happened so that we can prevent them from going forward. Yeah, you got to find someone with a, one of those, what's the guy's name? Seth Rich? You got to find someone with a Seth Rich laptop. You got to find out. Oh, by the way, there is some other news on this. I got to talk faster. Anyway, she's gone. F her. FTG Kimberly Cheadle. Is that her name? Kim Cheadle? What's her name? Don Cheadle? Dawn Cheadle? No, what the hell's your name? Kimberly Cheadle. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Good morning, to, I see some new faces showed up. Darren Roots in the house. What's up? Also, Roasted Opinions and Number One are all here. Good morning, guys. How you doing? Nice to have you here. All right. Yeah, she should be charge her that. You would think. Good Lord. So anyway, breaking news about damn time. Disgraced Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle resigns. 4 victims too late. We'll get back to that. All right, let me get through these topics I wanted to get through. So anyway, Kamala Harris is now the presumptive Democrat nominee, despite the fact that she has not won a single delegate through the democratic process. What about democracy? Democracy! So she wrote a little thingy here, statement. Tonight I am proud to have earned the support needed to become our party's nominee. Earned? By the way, the word earned is also trending because they're laughing at the fact that she thinks she earned it. But over the next few months, I'll be traveling across the country talking to Americans about everything on the line. I fully intend to unite our party and our nation and defeat Donald Trump. So here's her statement. We'll do a full screen on this one, maybe. Yeah, I gotta make a new full screen just for things like this. Statement from the vice president on becoming the presumptive nominee for president. When I announced my campaign for president, I said I intended to go out and earn this nomination. Tonight, I am proud to have secured the broad support needed to become the party's nominee. No, you've been anointed. No, you haven't done anything to earn anything. And a lot of people still don't like you, but they're going to jump on board because, vote blue no matter who. And as daughter of California, shit show, I am proud that my home state's delegation helped to put our campaign over the top. I look forward to formally accepting the nomination soon. I am grateful to President Biden and everyone in the Democratic Party who's already put their faith in me, and I look forward to taking our case directly to the American people. This election will present a clear choice between 2 different visions. Donald Trump wants to take our country back to a time before many of us had full freedoms and equal rights. Holy shit! Did she just pull a Joe Biden? They're going to put you back in chains? I believe in a future that strengthens our democracy, protects reproductive freedom, and ensures every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but get ahead. Well, your administration sure put everyone on that barely get by path. Over the next few months, I will be traveling across the country talking to Americans about everything that is on the line. I fully intend to unite the party, or unite the nation, and defeat Donald Trump in November. So there you go. And people are excited. Look, it's trending because it's something new and fresh and different and cackle. Now here is Ed Krasenstein is very excited about Kamala Harris's speech. And here's an example of a clip from this thing she did, I believe, yesterday. She held a campaign rally. I noticed they're not showing the campaign rally, but here you go. And look, she's going to get a lot of people coming to her campaign rallies. A lot of women. Steph Colonel, what's up? How you doing, Steph? All right, so here's something she said yesterday. I haven't even listened to it, but look, let's just tell you, Ed Krasenstein is very excited. Here it is. Ed Krasenstein says, "What a great opening campaign speech by Kamala Harris. She is really great at speaking. Oh, is she clean too? Definitely the best speaking candidate since Barack Obama. I can't wait until she debates Trump." Yeah, I want her to answer the question about those prisoners she kept in prison to sell off as slave labor. I want to know about that. I want to know all those questions that Tulsi Gabbard asked her. You know what I mean? She laughed about putting people in jail for marijuana, and then she said, "Oh, well, I smoked marijuana while I was listening to Snoop." Yeah. Anyway, hello, TC and Nomads in the house.
Hammer time.
Here's Vice President Harris, the little 1 minute and 30-second clip that Ed Krasenstein gives us.
So in the days and weeks ahead, I, together with you, will do everything in my power to unite our Democratic Party, to unite our nation, and to win this election. You know, as many of you know, before I was elected as Vice President, before I was elected as United States Senator, I was the elected Attorney General, as I've mentioned, of California, and before that I was a courtroom prosecutor.
Yeah.
In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds.
Oh, Donald Trump's a perpetrator. Oh. Wow, that room sounds huge. It's like a stadium. Oh, my.
Predators who abused women. Fraudsters who ripped off consumers. Cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say...
Wait a minute. Wait. This is that woman who got horizontal to get her career go vertical, right? That's what Jericho Green always says. I laugh every time he says it. She got horizontal to make her career go vertical. And she broke the law. She was going to deny a person on death row. She tried to stop them from using DNA evidence to try to get a last shot before they killed him, and she tried to thwart that. She's the one who kept men in prison longer than they needed to be so she could use them as prison labor. Okay, you can talk about Donald Trump's goofy ass felonies. There's 34 felonies that are not going to stand up to the appeals process, and she knows that. Okay, Miss Prosecutor, you do you.
I know Donald Trump's type.
Ah, that's funny. And I bet Donald Trump knows your type. I know, that's disgusting and that's misogyny, and I promised someone I would avoid that as much as possible. But, you know. Okay, now here's something interesting about what you just heard. Okay, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm confused. Ed Krasenstein said she is really great at speaking. Definitely the best speaking candidate since Barack Obama. Well, there's only been 2 candidates since Barack Obama, right? There's only been 2 other candidates other than now Kamala Harris. There's only been 2. So Barack Obama's better at speaking than Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Okay. Since Barack Obama, like, it's not like he said since Aaron Burr or best speaker since Alexander Hamilton. He said the best speaker since Barack Obama. The best speaking candidate since Barack Obama. Really? Now maybe he's not counting all these other candidates, like Vivek Ramaswamy is a brilliant speaker, okay? And he just didn't get the traction he needed to, beat Donald Trump. But he's a brilliant speaker. I'm trying to think of other candidates. There's lots of speakers. No, she's not a brilliant speaker. She's embarrassing. But by the way, she will be burdened by the things What does she say all the time? Something unburdened by what has been. She's going to be burdened by what has been. All right. Anyway, she's running. We got her going. Also trending earned because she says she earned the nomination. And people are like, wait, you earned that? Joe Biden couldn't. Oh, by the way, Netanyahu's here and arrived, and Joe Biden's nowhere to be found. Where the hell is Joe Biden? Let's get to that topic. I'm going to move on. Russell Brand's trending also because he's not thrilled about, I don't know if he's excited about, well, let's see. Russell Brand is proof that getting clean and giving into literally predatory Christian biases and brainwashing of AA can make you even more insufferable cunt than when you were fucking heroin addict. Get back to the drug. Okay, what did he say? They're pissed. Some lefties are pissed at him, and he's, remember, Russell Brand was a big time lefty. And he's all clean and sober now. Now what's he saying? Let's see what he's got to say.
Joe Biden is out of the race, as many people predicted and preempted. And what can we take from that most immediately? I suppose one thing we know for absolute certain is that the virtue and morality that undergirds that party is pretty flexible, isn't it? That guy, he's
democracy! Democracy!
Now, remember before the debate, people were somehow trying to maintain the idea that he was cogent and coherent, and the debate, in a sense, represented the pinnacle of that extraordinary lie. And now we've had an assassination attempt, Biden's resignation, the endorsement of Kamala Harris, but most of us have been watching Kamala Harris.
Oh! Russell Brand just said something racist. He just said something racist. And they're gonna point it out. They're going to point it out that he said Kamala Harris. It's Kamala. If you pronounce her name wrong, it's racist.
And of course, no claim of senility can be made, but this is not a garrulous and easy political figure. This is someone who does not seem at...
Okay, I'm going to leave in the links. I don't have time for it. It'll be here. I mean, he's meandering onto a point, and I just don't want to have time for it because I want to find out where Joe is. So let's move on. That'll be a separate link. There we go. There, if you want to watch his clip, you can, but he's trending because of it, and so the lefties are pissed, and I don't know, the righties are probably cheering him. Anyway, Sebastian Bach is trending too, the former lead singer of Skid Row. Apparently, he someone's complained because he's starting to talk about politics, and he said, "Fuck off! Then don't listen to me." He said, "Good, you are not cool enough to listen to my music." Look, Sebastian. Oh, I see. Let's see. What is this? Someone said, dude can't bother to read actual government docs. The U.S. Capitol Police and coroner list the cause of death as stroke. Wake up. Oh, because he said something about it. Did he say something about... Oh, he deleted it. Oh, it's a limited post. Anyway, he said something about someone being killed on January 6th, a cop being killed. And so someone tried to set him straight, and he says, I'm sorry, you don't under television. You can go fuck yourself telling me what I saw with my own eyes. Well, you did, dipshit. But you know what? Again, it's a celebrity that's bashing Trump or something, then they trend. Moving on, Netanyahu is here. He has arrived from Israel. It says, welcome to American President or Prime Minister Netanyahu. This is Bridget Gabriel. I stand with Israel. Fences being put around the Capitol before Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu addresses the U.S. Congress. Walls apparently work for the elite, not us peons. I don't know. There's going to be some major protests today in Washington, D.C. Good morning, Richard Head. What's up? And other people are talking about how said this guy's saying that Israeli snipers are shooting children. Look, I don't like what's going on over there, but well, I'm going to leave it at that. But here's the interesting part. Head of state comes to the United States, and Joe Biden could not greet Benjamin Netanyahu on his arrival. Neither could Vice President Harris. They're showing their true colors, pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian, and clearly anti-Israel. Good luck with that in November. They haven't earned the Jewish vote, and I hope Jews are watching. This is what Eric Bolling says. Harris will not preside over Netanyahu's speech to Congress. So she could give two shits about Israel. And she doesn't have to. But this isn't just about Israel. This is a head of state addressing Congress, and you're not going to be there? I don't care who the head of state is. Okay. And then pro-Palestinian advocates in Washington, D.C. continue demonstrations in front of the Watergate Hotel where Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu is going to deliver a speech. So, and then this lady smashed the TV when she saw a picture of Netanyahu. But the real thing here is, and Mountain Dew, JD Vance, if you saw the Mountain Dew clip, it was kind of a Bush, it was kind of a, what's the older Bush brother's name? Jeb Bush. JD Vance has already had a Jeb Bush please clap moment when he made a joke about Diet Mountain Dew, and they'll say everything you do is racist. I drank a Diet Mountain Dew this morning, and they might even call that racist, and nobody even laughed or clapped or anything, and he just kind of died in the moment. So he's had one of his moments already, and it's being played over and over. Now, big question today is, where is Joe Biden? Where is Joe Biden? And it is trending, a lot of it because of that signature that everyone knows is not Joe Biden's signature on that letter of him resigning. That's not on anyone's letterhead, not on the presidential letterhead, not on his campaign letterhead, just a Microsoft Word generated title at the top, and then a fake signature at the bottom. Some intern wrote this letter and said he's not running anymore. By the way, here's some powerful words from Joe Biden. This is another one from that same handwriting. Joseph R. Biden Jr., July 21st, 2024. Fuck all you faggots talking shit about my cognitive abilities. I'm out. Good luck and good luck with the black lady. That's about as genuine as the last letter. I'm just saying, that's about as genuine as the last letter. So here we go. Let's start with well, there's a couple things trending. Where's Joe Biden? This is my favorite. This is obviously part of the thumbnail today. So, where is it? Here it is. Where's Joe? Here's the question. This is from the Daily Wire. Okay. President's schedule is wiped clean after ending campaign via a letter. President Joe Biden has no public events scheduled on for Monday, one day after announcing that he would be ending his re-election campaign. Through a letter posted on social media, Biden's schedule for the rest of the week only says additional details to the president's schedule are forthcoming. The schedule, which was released on Sunday night, has resulted in questions and speculation on social media surrounding Biden, who has not been seen nor heard publicly since being diagnosed with COVID last Wednesday, but still not wearing a mask. Not wearing a mask with COVID. Go figure. I thought that was very important to do. You don't want to get anyone around you sick. Jason Miller, senior advisor to the former President Donald Trump, commented on Biden's schedule, posting on X, Kamala Harris needs to be asked if she believes Joe Biden is still competent enough to do the job of president. Next week's schedule doesn't give one much confidence. Biden tested positive for COVID while he was on the campaign trail. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said the president was returning to Delaware after being in Las Vegas and would be self-isolating while he recovered without a mask. And nor did his Secret Service have masks. His symptoms remain mild. His respiratory rate is normal at 16. His temperature is normal at 97.8, and his pulse oximetry is normal at 97%. The president has received his first dose of Paxlovid. He will be self-isolating. Oh, and probably some ivermectin too. He will probably be self-isolating at his home in Rehoboth. The doctor's note stated last week. Now, funny, the doctor's note didn't have a genuine signature either, but that's how it works. Just kidding. So anyway, people are wondering where the hell he is. Joe cancels nearly 10 trips after exiting the presidential race. And after the White House source told the New York Post that Biden has reportedly canceled 9 upcoming trips, adding that things started to be canceled when he announced he wasn't seeking re-election. Now, I'm assuming those trips would be campaign events. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily unusual. If you cancel your campaign, you're going to cancel campaign events. But, it's interesting. Biden, who is in the same thing, Biden was recently diagnosed with COVID, blah, 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 self-isolating. New York Post. Now, this is interesting, though, because the New York Post, this is a editorial, and it's fairly brutal, because Kamala. Democrats love to brag about how they are defenders of democracy, which is odd because 2024 will be the first presidential contest in modern history featuring a nominee who wasn't chosen by the voters. Kamala Harris did not get a single vote in the primaries. In fact, she didn't get a single delegate when she ran in 2020 either. So she's got nothing. And the same cabal that propped up Joe Biden, that hid his ailments, that put the nation in a perilous position, that used him to push hard left policies, that bypassed the electorate, now promises that Harris is the very best person for the job. Why would anyone believe them? Al Sharpton contends that Kamala's candidacy is a grassroots movement, which is laughable. She has never displayed impressive political instincts. There is not and never has been any organic movement championing Kamala Harris. Now her base is Democratic Party elites. Recall that Kamala couldn't even make it to the Iowa caucuses in 2020 Democratic primaries as her campaign went broke and disintegrated into bickering factions before it even really got started. By the way, none of her staff ever in the history of America, of her staffs, have ever liked her. They think she's a rotten bitch. Hello, K-Shaw. What has Kamala done as vice president? I can't think of a single accomplishment. Borders are? Has she been to the border? I haven't been a year. I've been there. Now Democrats are forced to create a fake primary that approximates a legitimate process so they can argue Kamala's ascension is democratic. It is not. If there was a normal open contest in 2024, Kamala would have likely faced half a dozen accomplished governors and almost surely would have lost. So this backroom nomination creates a lot of... Okay, let's just stop. It doesn't create a single question for me. Okay? What have I been saying? Now, granted, timeline, I'm not too good on that. But what have I been saying since the day Joe Biden was elected with his vice president, Kamala Harris? There was going to come a time when Joe Biden would step down or something. And I always said that Kamala would be president of the United States before the election in 2024. Now, we don't know where Joe Biden is. There's rumors that he may have had a stroke and died, but that's just a rumor, don't know. But we foreshadowed this with his own words, talking about, he'd get sick and step down. I never believed for a second that Joe Biden was going to finish out this race for president. And, regardless of what I almost said his mom, what his wife says, and what the people around him said, I never believed it for a second. Now, it is interesting that they are pushing Kamala, but maybe it's because they get this race between the prosecutor and the felon. Whatever. But let's not underestimate Kamala Harris at all, because it's not necessarily about Kamala Harris. Look, if a vegetable could win in 2020 over Donald Trump, certainly Kamala Harris, who at least can speak a little bit, if she doesn't keep using that stupid line over and over again. I'm waiting for her to use that line. I love it when she uses the line, unburdened by what has been. She's going to be heavily burdened by what has been. But anyway, it creates a special kind of drama that is made for TV and especially made for pundits. So now we do but there is a question here, and this is a good question by American Thinker. Who is in charge right now? Pelosi, Obama, the Clintons? Who knows? Oh my. It's funny because I was going to say, I'd say Barack Obama's in charge. Hello, Black Hebrews Light.
That's right.
I would say Barack Obama's in charge, except for one problem. I think the Biden people threw Obama curveball with that supporting Kamala Harris line, or at least on his X feed after they faked his resignation or is resigning from the race with the fake signature. Obama wasn't interested in has still yet to endorse Kamala Harris. I don't think was his choice for the next president of the United States. And so that's a little bit interesting. Frankly, as the lady, okay, so this article, frankly, as ladies say, I'm exhausted. After a week of assassination attempts, Secret Service blame dodging, and Donald Trump infuriating the noblesse by ad-libbing his acceptance speech. But it all comes down to this. If we elect Donald Trump president in November, we are likely voting for three things. First, we're voting to stop illegal immigration. Second, we are voting to stop the Green New scams. Third, we are voting to grow the economy. Okay, but it says I can think of more. First, we're going to push back against woke. Fifth, we're going to abolish the Department of Education. Sixth, we're going to attack the regulatory state. And that's about it. No, wait, more. There's more. Seventh, we'll find out what Elon Musk and Peter Thiel are really up to. Did Peter Thiel promote J.D. Vance to be his patsy, as Sundance thinks, or to crush his woke enemies, see them driven before them? Are we going to reform entitlements? Not really, not until Social Security and Medicare run out of other people's money. Are we going to ban abortion? Please. Overturning Roe versus Wade had just returned the issue of abortion to the states. Donald Trump has indicated that he is in the middle on abortion. And look, they should just fuck off about abortion at the federal level. No, do not. Not after the Supreme Court just turned it back to the states. Don't make federal regulations on that shit. It's not the purview of the federal government. The same way murder laws and sentences are not the same in different states. The way that lots of laws and sentences are not different in different states. Different states do different things, and let them use their local control like they're supposed to, like it's supposed to be in a federal republic sort of government. In fact, the reason to get rid of the Department of Education is because that is not the purview of the federal government. The Department of Education, which when it came about, 1978, I think, Jimmy Carter brought up that shit. What has it done since the Department of what have they done since the Department of Education was established? Well, they certainly fucked up our schools on a national way instead of just letting the state. We were the number one country in education when they came up with the Department of Education, and Jimmy Carter's reason for doing that is because he wanted to make sure that we had kept number one. Well, now we're like 27th. So what good has the Department of Education done? Fuck it. Stop sending money to Washington and then letting Washington, we'll give you a little bit back here and a little bit back here. Fuck that. Fuck the Department of Education. You hate trickle-down economics, but you love trickle-down education. Shit. How about just letting the local people do their own shit? And they'll probably be off better without all your stupid mandates. Anyway, Jay Pylon's in the house. How you doing, brother? So anyway, what was the question in this? Who's in charge? Who's in charge right now, though? Obviously, Pelosi was backing Kamala Harris. Obama was not, or still hasn't. So let's see if they come down as. Okay, I don't know why they even wrote the name of this article because I don't see anything about any of those three people. Top-down globalist directed economy provides for a chicken in every pot and a car in every suburban garage. At least it did. Back in the day, I used to be a straight-up libertarian, getting my ideas from Austrian economics and Mises and Hayek, but I realized today that in the real world, you can't reduce everything to the market and mutual aid organizations. The reason is staring us in the face. Back in the day, agriculture age, most people were serfs and the lords on the lord's estate. If you were starving, you could opt to become a slave. It was called head for food. I shouldn't have said that line with. Never mind. I can't do it. Let's say that if you weren't you're a freeman, whether you were a noble. This doesn't say anything about them. Okay, I'm going to skip this because I got to be done anyway. Anyway, more articles. Harris locks in more than half of the delegates needed to win to win the nomination, according to report. She locks in the delegates that no people, voted for her, but, just how it is. Apparently, Governor Whitmer does not want to be Kamala Harris's running mate. She says, I'm not leaving Michigan. Thank God. I actually kind of wish it would be both of them because they're both kind of a nightmare. Issues and insights. Whoops. Kamala Harris will be burdened by what has been. On YouTube, there's a 4-minute video That is nothing but Vice President Kamala Harris repeating the empty phrase, what can be unburdened by what has been. But no matter how many times she utters this idiotic mantra, Harris will, in fact, be heavily burdened by the disaster that has been the Biden administration, burdened by her own dismal record as vice president, and burdened by the fact that she is so uniquely unqualified to be the leader of the free world. I assure you, right? To say Harris is an empty pantsuit is an insult to empty pantsuits. As we put in an editorial a year ago, Biden's re-election campaign recently described Harris as a powerful and effective messenger. Sure, like when she says, as the name suggests, community banks are in the community, or when she says that present culture is the way we express how we're feeling about the moment, and we should always find times to express how we feel about the moment. Or when Harris might put it, there is endless examples of her vapidity that stretch on without limit because there is no end to them. Yeah, she talks like a kindergarten teacher. And she's always trying to teach the 5-year-olds what things in government are. When was it? There was one that she had. When she was literally she was explaining something in such elementary terms to a group of black college students. When she was talking about Ukraine and Russia, remember that? And when she was saying, well, see, there is this country called Ukraine, over in Eastern Europe, and they were attacked by a much bigger country called Russia. And I was like, do you now, granted, college students might not know what those two places are, but I'm pretty sure even my little young brothers and sisters in college don't need to be taught that way. Hello, Jimmy from Philly. What's up? John Arnott, Kevin S. A lot of people showing up. What's up? The whole gang's all here. I am so happy right now. Anyway, they go on here. As we put in an editorial we posted last week and updated over the weekend, it might seem impossible, but she would be an even worse president than he was. No matter how much Harris tries to distance herself from Joe Biden, she will carry the burden of answering for his failures, among them the border crisis, the economy, Biden's mental decline, foreign policy, I'm skipping the actual reading it, and her own record as a leader. In her 3.5 years as vice president, she's made it clear to anyone paying attention that she's terrible, awful, no good, very bad leader. Here's how the Hill put it 2 years ago. More than 13 high-profile aides have left the vice president's office, including her director of speechwriting, Megan Grube. Just last week, the revolving doors made headlines during Harris's tenure, creating a narrative of instability in the vice president's office. Now, look, that they can highlight that, but then you got to look at Trump's too. I'm going to be honest here. Trump didn't have the best people behind him, and he tried, but he's spent too much time putting establishment shills back in positions of power, and then he realized, oh, this motherfucker isn't helping me at all. And so he fired a lot of people too. But the problem is not that, he's difficult to work with, but he lost staff because he did not have confidence in them. Hers the other way around. They're quitting on him, quitting on her, because they can't stand her. So it's a different thing. Politico reported that the people thrown under the bus from the very top, there are short fuses and there's an abusive environment. It's not a healthy environment, and people often feel mistreated. It's not a place where people feel supported, but a place where people feel they're treated like shit. So she's got, look, the idea that she's going to be, some Democrats think, oh, this is great. She's going to be a cakewalk. She can speak so well, which she can't. And that laugh at inappropriate times really doesn't work. But we'll see if people can see it. He's not dead. He always looks like that. Oh, my God. Yeah, I hear you. Anyway, other articles I'm going to throw in the links today. Presidentist Joe Biden will look back without fondness. Yeah, someone's working those puppet strings. In Breitbart, exclusive, JD Vance, Donald Trump, I'm ready for whoever Democrats nominate as president and VP. Or that's what JD Vance says. They're ready for anyone. Well, they were ready. Somebody was ready on day one because they already had ads ready for when they switched to Kamala Harris, which is interesting. Breitbart, polling average, Harris has a lower favorability rating than Biden. You know what, though? I don't know if I've ever heard of a vice president having a higher favorability rating than the president. Let's find out how that plays out as the campaign now begins. You know, she's getting a lot of enthusiasm from Democrats who are blue no matter who. She's getting a lot of, support from black women. They had a lot of people on this phone call that she had the other day. Speaking of that, let me go back here a second. Let me go back because this is what I'm going to finish with this. There's a bunch of other articles. There'll be the links. Something interesting about that phone call that Joe Biden called into this campaign event that she had, supposedly in theory. And where is it? Let me find this. Where's the call? Where is the call? Wait, what's this? This is, by the way, the papers already been filed. The campaign cash has been transferred. Endorsements for Kamala are pouring in. Yet we have no clue who sent that post. The Joe Biden post. We do not. Laura Loomer says Biden is dying and has started quietly delegating his authority as president to the Secretary of the Treasury and Secretary of State. In an act, further evidence that Joe Biden is dying. Kamala Harris will be president soon. Today, while everyone was, he delegated some functions to the Treasury as far as supporting Ukraine. By the way, Ukraine accidentally got $6 billion more than they were supposed to. Also this one dickhead, Jerry Manarino or whatever. Apparently he got caught with a fake Twitter account playing himself off as a black woman. Forget that. Now, here's the phone call. This is what I want to show you. So she had this campaign event, and supposedly Joe Biden called into this campaign event. Listen to this.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call, and we've been talking every.
What did she almost say? I'll play it in a minute.
It is so good
she
to hear
almost said
our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
She almost said the recording because this phone call he called in and it was very lucid. Got it very whatever.
And we've been talking every day.
I bet. Yeah, you've been talking every day.
Voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do.
Okay, so now let's see if we can find him calling in to this event that was clearly a recording. Maybe it's in here. All right, here it is. Is this it?
Our president's voice.
Oh no, that's not it. There is a. Is this it? Nope, she said it again. I guess they don't have the call. That's me failing to have this ready today, so I apologize for that. But anyway, he called into this campaign event supposedly, and it was a very generic, sound like it was read right off the page call. Let's see if we can. I'm going to try it one more time, and then if I can't find it, we're going to just call it a day. Let's see. Let's go. Give me a moment. There we go. Joe Biden call. Oh, this is weird too. I don't even know who this woman is, but here it is. There's a different woman in front of the camera right now, and I don't know why they have this face on her. I don't think that's. I don't even know what's going on here, but listen to this.
So much more we're going to get done. And so I want to say hello to Kamala. If she can hear me, I know she's going to be speaking shortly. And I want to say to the team, embrace her. She's the best. I want to call today to thank everybody in this effort. I know yesterday's news was surprising and it was hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me to help us win this thing, help me get this nomination, help me win the nomination, and then go on to win the presidency. But you know, you're an amazing team. But we've got a great. I think we made the right decision. I know how hard you've worked, how many sacrifices you made. And so many of you uprooted your lives for me, and the kind of commitment few people make for anything these days, but you made it. And I've been honored and humbled. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. My word is a Biden, that so much more.
Does that sound like Joe Biden speaking? Even when he's reading off a teleprompter, he's not that good. But that is clearly not just an off-the-cuff remark by Joe Biden. That's him reading a script into a phone, into a recording, probably with one of those Allah Akbar flags behind him. It sounds like a hostage video, it sounds like a damn hostage recording. So anyway, we'll see if we see Joe Biden today with Netanyahu, or with or Netanyahu with Kamala Harris, but she's not going to meet with him because she's not so keen on those the Jews so much, except for her husband, of course. So anyway, what is this? The internet gives. Oh, by the way, oh God, let me finish with this. This is funny. So, this is CNN. I was gonna finish with that, but I'm gonna finish with just something a little lighthearted here, because apparently CNN, they're all giddy about Kamala Harris because they're just glad Joe's out of the race, and they had this weird little conversation. J-Tap.
For the record, I was tipped off about this, what I'm about to share with our viewers rather.
Look how, oh, by the way, look how happy he is right now. Does he just when you watch these people, look how relieved they look that Joe Biden's no longer running. Then that's Kamala Harris. Look at how look at they're almost giddy.
Kamala Harris appears to be leaning into this.
They're almost giddy
Charlie
about
XCX, tweeted last night, Kamala is brat. And this is in reference to her album.
This is an actual conversation on This is CNN.
Of the album. That's another Gen Z word, aesthetic. It's even becoming a trend on TikTok. Special Gen Z correspondent Jamie, what can you tell us about?
So first of all, just for my producer Elizabeth Stewart, who will spit out her coffee as I say this, I am supposed to say that's brat. And for those who are not in the know the way I am, that is a cool thing. It has a color.
That's cool.
Chartreuse is the color, and Kamala Harris has adopted that for.
So she's going for the Gen Z kids who don't generally vote.
I brought some notes because I knew you would want a definition. Okay, here we go. Charlie XCX, who I do know, quote, brat. You're just that girl who is a little messy and likes to party and maybe says some dumb things sometimes, end quote.
Look, did you see Kate, what's her face? Kate, whatever the fuck her name is here. Look at them smiling. They're so happy right now. They are giddy. And by the way, did she just say that it's a messy girl who says stupid shit? That's basically what who's a girl who's kind of messy and says stupid shit. That's so brat. Says okay, that's appropriate. But I found a different definition in Urban Dictionary.
End quote.
So it's the idea that we're all kind of brat?
No,
and
Jake,
no.
No, you're not as cool and stupid and you say stupid shit. That's true.
Right, aspire to be brat.
Right.
Okay, you don't just become brat.
They're so excited. Look at they're just so enamored with this conversation.
But, I mean, the point is that she is, whether it's her or some very clever people who work for her, going right for them in a language of their own that apparently nobody at this table speaks.
And none of that crowd votes either.
Maybe
they don't give a fuck.
Generation, she's going to.
I'm the closest.
You're a millennial. Take it easy.
So you tell me, is this your? She's going to own it.
She's going to own it.
Own it.
Well.
Okay, so they had that conversation.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, what the fuck are they talking about? Never heard of this, but I'm a 60-year-old I'm the last fucking boomer. So I went to look it up on Urban Dictionary to see if there's any definition that resembles what they were talking about, and I saw this guy Tim Hogan who said, "We did it. We did it. We made CNN cover Kamala as brat. This is gold." And so I looked it up in Urban Dictionary, and here's the Urban Dictionary definition of brat. Brat, a submissive that likes to push their dom's buttons on purpose, hoping they'll punish them. Ashley, he tells me I'm such a brat, but what's wrong with wanting to be choked then slammed into a wall while being kissed? I'm like, wait, oh my God. I'm pretty sure that's what they intended. Okay, that's it, guys. I gotta go. Thanks for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. I'll put these links I'll put them in the chat and into the description of the video on YouTube. I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe we'll see Joe Biden in the next 24 hours. Who knows? Or maybe it really is weekend at Birdie's. Okay, I gotta go. Thanks. My name's Pete Dog Dyke, and I'm out of here. Here come the links. Bye-bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Night, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Night, and I'm out of here.